Listen to these words from John Ortberg. This year, we had a daughter graduate from Azusa Pacific University. My wife spoke at the commencement, so we gathered with a group of 50 or so faculty, alumni, and administration before the ceremony. A few dozen people had graduated 50 years earlier, and they were there also to celebrate with their freshly minted co-alums. At one point, Jon Wallace, the university president, pulled 3 seniors into the center of the room and told us all they were going to be serving under-resourced people in impoverished areas for several years after graduation. The graduating seniors said a few words about where they were going and why, and we applauded. They thought that was why they were there. But then John turned his back to the rest of us, faced the 3 students, and told them the real reason they were in the room. "Somebody you do not know has heard what you're doing," John said. "He wants you to be able to serve the people where you are going without any impediment, so he has given a gift. He's asked to remain anonymous, but here is what he has done for you." John turned to the first student and looked her in the eye. "You have been forgiven your school debt of $105,000. John turned to the next student. "You have been forgiven your debt of $70,000. John turned to the third student, and by this time she knew what was coming, but it was as if she could not believe it was happening until she heard the words, "You have been forgiven your debt of $130,000. Think about it. An unpayable debt, an unseen giver, an unforgettable gift, and the freedom of the debtors becomes a blessing to the world. That's grace, the joy of forgiveness. There is a bigger debt we labor under. We give it labels such as regret, guilt, shame, or brokenness, sin. But God was in Christ reconciling the world to himself, not counting their trespasses against them. And we know what is coming. Yet we need to hear the words just the same. You have been forgiven your debt. Forgiven, forgiven, forgiven.